Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie mentioned it was a good weekend for our guys. I think we feel super fortunate to be able to play in the Big Ten. Really good conference, not easy getting wins, let alone a sweep. And I really like the way we started the weekend. And it was a good team effort. It was good to see. Eric Vindorf played really good hockey here for us, and see him get rewarded. And obviously Dylan St. Cyr with a shutout. And I thought probably in the halfway through the first game, halfway through the second. I think we got to do a better job of learning how to play with the lead, and didn't necessarily cost us. Dylan made some saves, and I thought it trickled in a little bit, even though we were up 4-1. A little bit into our game, but the guys got the job done. It was a big weekend for us, and then now moving forward, Ohio State's a top 10 team, so really good test for us this weekend.
Coach, you talked about Eric's Friday. Hockey is one of those sports where you can do everything right, the puck doesn't go in for weeks. What was it like kind of seeing him persevere, and then kind of seeing everybody's relief when he put in not just one before?
Yeah, no, I mean he's a big part of our team, and I think he's a guy that wants to do it the right way. And we had a good talk this week with our leadership group about obviously everyone wants to have personal success and wants to score, or wants to get a shutout or get an assist, and that stuff's all important. But our group of guys actually has an even more unique opportunity here to leave their fingerprints on a really proud program and turn it around. And so Mitty's done a really good job of being a leader, practicing hard. What I really liked about that game is, had he not even scored, he stopped at the net, he stopped on pucks, he got back above people. So he did a lot of things that you should get rewarded with as a player, but sometimes you don't, and hopefully that continues the rest of the year.
You mentioned playing with a lead in defense of your guys. They haven't done a whole lot of that in the last couple of years, but I'm just wondering, what is that mindset different? Obviously, you still want them to be aggressive, but what does playing with a lead look like to you efficiently?
I think that's the word, is playing efficient hockey, and I think, we want our guys to try to make plays, and we want to play with the puck, and that can turn a little bit into a disease where you try to make a play when there's something that's not there. And a lot of times it's on the players away from the puck that we got to do a better job supporting the puck. So I just felt like there was times where we defended really hard in our own end. We got through the neutral zone, and then we tried to get cute when there wasn't a play there. And then now you got to go back and play D zone again, and you're essentially giving them free offense. And the other one would be penalties. I think that those are all tied together. So when you don't play efficient hockey, you get tired, and then you make poor decisions. You take bad penalties, and then you're killing penalties, and you got guys on the bench that aren't killing, and they're sitting there a while. It's a super hard game when you're sitting a while to get into. So I think just kind of make it playing more efficient hockey really critical. I think the other thing with that too is like having the mindset of, every time you put a jersey on, we're trying to perfect how we play. And so when you don't play how we play, you're really wasting an opportunity to grow as a team. And it's super hard. Like I watch all these NHL games, team gets up 4-1, it's the same thing, it's the best league in the world. So I get it, it's human nature, but we got to stay disciplined. That we got a long ways to go to where we want to get to as a team. And so every time we play every shift, that is, we got to play our game. And not that it's always going to go your way, but so you're perfecting being us.
I'm just curious, can you just elaborate on Ohio State, kind of what you know about them, and then what you're looking for from your guys this week as you prepare for a top 10 team?
Yeah, again, I think this is probably the toughest team we've played this year. They're an older team, they're well coached, they have a really good goalie. They got some guys in the portal that have impacted their roster, and again, for us, we got to make sure that when we play, it's about us, and we got to get to our game early and often this weekend.
Talking about that great program, you guys have a lot of momentum heading into that weekend. How do you, I guess, on both sides of it, use that as motivation and knowing what the team is capable of, while at the same time really not kind of using that as, not looking back on it too much?
Yeah, I think, we've talked a lot with our group, and I really believe this in development, it's, you can't focus on the scoreboard, and I think you can get fooled a lot in our sport with it. You can not play great, and your goalie can stand on his head, and you can leave the rink thinking you play great, and then vice versa, you can play really well, and the other goalie puts up the wall, and so Our whole focus is always gonna be like our next shift, our next practice. We got practice in a couple hours here. We're gonna have a great day. We're gonna get better. We got some areas we gotta work on and keep doing the things we're doing well. But I really believe in that mindset of it's just the next shift, win, lose, or not, whatever, just the next shift.
Can you just address your depth a little bit? Just your role in 4 lines, you're seeing production out of all 4 lines. That pleasant surprise where you're able to do that, and there's some parity throughout the lineup.
Yeah, no, that's a great thing. I think in hockey, when you can have 4 lines that can play and not get caught chasing a matchup or worried about who's on the ice. I think we have 4 lines of guys that want to do it the right way, and our scoring's been spread out. And I think that's something I think is really important for what we're trying to build here too. And I think it helps us be really good in the third periods too, when you're not riding a couple guys and they're always hopping the boards. And the guys have done a good job of buying into that, because I think, we have to, at the end of the day, we have to put together a line chart, and Jamie prints it off and sends it out. But I don't look at it and say, like, this is our first line and this is our 4th line. Like, we have confidence in all 4 of our lines, even to the point we got some guys that haven't played much, and they've done a really good job in practice. They've kept a positive attitude, and they're contributing to our team's early success.
Adam, can you talk about the way Dylan played over the weekend? I think he had 88 stops and allowed 1 goal. And when a team gets that many shots, does that concern you, or were those not what you consider to be real dangerous chances?
Yeah, well, you don't want to, I don't think that's, when you talk about being a repeatable winning hockey team, you don't want to give up 44 shots a night. Now when we look back at it, when we had the scoring chances pretty even in both games. So when we're talking about high quality, they were pretty even. When you're shorthanded, especially 5-minute majors, those are long extended times. Not only that you're down a man, but you're not able to generate any offense, and it can get to some guys in our killing's legs. And but Dylan played great, and I think I really give him a ton of credit, because if you go back to the Notre Dame game, and we lost that game 5-0, and really there wasn't anything he could do on 4 of the goals that were back, or we need to clean that up. And we showed some video. The guys were way better at it, and Dylan kept his head, and he went ahead and won the game in the shootout the next night, and then obviously had a really good weekend this weekend. So fortunate he decided to come to Michigan State, and excited about having him.
Any questions? Okay.
All right, thank you.
Remember, it's a Thursday, Friday this week?